I wanted to invite you today to sit down with me and just have a chat and a candid conversation about education. And when we're talking about education, we really need to know exactly what it is that is going well in your classroom and what are your needs. We need to know also how can we become better. And with that, you have been brought to the table. You've been asked to sit around the table and share your voice. And when you share your voice, the magic happens. And why is that magic so important? Well, it's important because it breaks down those silos. And when the silos are broken down, we start to communicate with each other. We start to feel each other's needs and understand what our learners need, which is bottom line what we are here for. So when we open those doors create the magic, and we continue to grow and move on. So with that, there are a couple things missing. In Colorado, we have a very strong evaluation system. And we also have very strong standards, but there are key pieces missing, and those pieces that are missing are the ones that help us as teachers, help us as educators to help our students learn. We need to come together and to be able to develop some of those ideas so that we can help put them back into the classrooms, back into the students and the learners that we work with. So one of those things that we did is we created a vision, and that vision is to include your voice so that each and every learner can learn and will learn to their fullest potential. So we created that vision, and we're blazing the trail. We've been invited to so many different places where our voice is starting to be heard. But the best part about that is that's giving us the opportunity to hear your voice, because that's what's most important to us. Now, this is a great representation here, and yes, ding, 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 every single person, we would like you to become involved in Colorado ASCD. And in order to do that, you might be thinking, well, what is that vision? Well, we have created a 5-year plan. One, we needed a plan. We thought, okay, we need a strategic plan. So we're going to take 5 years and create that plan. And in that, not create the plan in 5 years, but we have a 5-year plan created for you, for us. It encompasses 3 different phases. The first phase is the gallery gatherings that last for approximately 2 years, where we hear your voice. The second phase is going to be your teacher leader summits. Those teacher leader summits are going to bring teachers across the state to help bring learners to the forefront, to identify what do those learners need. And then our third phase is fine-tuning that framework and making sure that we can have a place that teachers and educators are taking that information and disseminating that information out so that all educators in the state of Colorado have some really key characteristics, categories that they can implement into their schools, their classrooms, and their districts. You saw that this is our 4th gallery gathering. We have been in a couple different places. Grand Junction is one that we're going to be looking at soon. But anyway, these 4 places have been amazing because we have come to understand that there are certain categories that are missing from our classroom. We want to create those leaders, and so we're asking you to come join us to help create the framework and understand and develop that category of those the framework. So we're looking at approximately 8 to 10 different categories. One, those categories bring your knowledge with you, and through that knowledge you become innovative. We become innovative, and that's going to directly affect our educational system. So when we think about what we're going to be doing, let's think about a big category. For example, play. How many of you feel like play has left our system? Okay, so this is what we know about young kids. We know that pre-K students are like this. They're like, woohoo, I'm having fun. This is how I learn. This is how I learn how to glide across the water. If I put pressure on this foot, that water is going to do something different. Or what happens when I'm running through the fountains that are spraying up? Do I put my head over the top? What's that going to do? I'm going to feel that water pressure. How is that really implementing science? And then, of course, going down the water slides, am I going to go faster down on a tube? If I lay down on my belly, do I go faster? But then what do I need to do about my head? All of those things are learning and having fun. But that happens usually at those younger ages. How can we import play into every area pre-K, P through 20? And so we need to bring leaders in, just like yourself, to help develop those frameworks. You are in the trenches. You are working day to day with students and learners. And so how are we going to do that? And what are we going to do? Well, you got to take your education, you take that knowledge, we take that innovation, we put it all together, and that's going to help create our framework, because that is what is going to be powerful, and that is what's going to help us be better and be greater educators. Thank you.